This is a story of how a former guy friend tried to set me up by sending me revenge corn. Let's start at the beginning. So I hadn't spoken to him in a while, and he called me November of 2024, last year, to catch up. At the time that he called me, he had just gotten married. He got married in March of 2024. So the ink on his marriage certificate is still wet. Anyways, he calls me to catch up, and we're talking maybe like 5 minutes into the conversation. He starts to say some very inappropriate and aggressive things to me. Now, in my head, I'm confused because I just keep thinking, this guy is married. Like, why is he still speaking like this? Now, for context, I've known him like maybe over 10 years, and I know the way he speaks. In my head, I just thought that after a guy gets married, there are just certain things that he shouldn't say or do because it's disrespectful to his wife. So honestly, it felt like a really weird mind game where it felt like he was trying to overpower me and get me to engage in that conversation. And I felt like I was fighting to stay on course and to stay as appropriate as possible. Plot twist, he didn't back off because the aim was not to catch up. The aim was try to set me up. Eventually the phone conversation ends and he switches to text. Then he tells me to send him a spicy photo. It was at that point that I knew that he was trying to set me up. I'm going to pause here and briefly tell Nigerian girls, especially Christian girls, you need to thoroughly vet the man you're dating before you marry him, okay? Your reformed bad boy boyfriend or fiance or husband-to-be is not as reformed as you think he is. I don't respond to that request, and I guess he realizes that didn't work. So he then starts to talk about how he misses having nasty relations with slutty girls. And he's like, where are all the slutty girls? Where are they? Where are you guys hiding? And I'm like, you slut shame them, so they're no longer dealing with you. And why are you even looking for these kinds of girls? Aren't you married? And then he's like, oh, I just want to learn how to have, nasty, relations so I can, go back to my wife and, replicate what I've learned. Now, at this point, I'm sure some of you are thinking, like, why didn't you just, stop the conversation? No, I'm a journalist, and something I love to do is dig into, the mentality of harmful men. Because if I don't know how they think and speak and behave, then I don't know how to protect myself against them. I've barely processed that conversation when he sends me a spicy photo, but he sends it in disappearing mode. Then he says, F it, and then he sends the spicy photo, in the chat. At that point, I am now 100% certain that he's trying to set me up. So after he sends me the pic, he's then asking me oh, send yours. And at that point, I'm like, oh, you want to play? Okay. So I'm like, yeah, don't worry. I'll send you a photo. Then he sends a text and he's like, oh, by the way, I found this random video from 5 years ago. I'm going to send it to you. Why did I think he was going to send maybe a video from a party that we went to or a birthday thing? We used to hang out years ago, so I thought this was going to be a TBT throwback Thursday type deal. Now, when he sends the video, before you click play on a video, it shows a screen. So the screen is white. So I have no idea what I'm about to watch. Y'all, when I clicked play, it was a video of a woman performing an act on him. I could see her face and everything. I know who the girl is. That is revenge porn. That is an example of revenge porn. I didn't respond to the video. I just deleted it from my own chat. I deleted the video and I deleted his spicy photo. If I had responded to the video, I would have been complicit. He would have implicated me. That was how I knew that he was trying to set me up. So after I don't respond to the video, the conversation kind of dies out and he's like, send me the picture. I was like, okay, no problem. I'll send it to you tonight. I blocked him. I took my time. I thought about what I was going to do because I knew this is a very harmful guy, an extremely harmful guy. First of all, why do you still have a video like that in your hard drive? You are married. Why do you still have that video? And this is what I mean by vetting. Do you know who your boyfriend is? Do you know the man you are literally about to marry? What do you know about his interactions with women? I waited a week, then I sent him a voice note clearing him. Like, I blasted him. I was literally like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, you actually come from a decent family. Like, your family members would shudder if they realize that this is what you do. I literally cleared him and I was like, I don't want anything to do with you. Like, I don't want to be with you in that way. I literally said it. I can't, like, it's TikTok, so I can't exactly go into what I said, but I was very clear that I don't want to do this with you. I don't want you to do this to me. Like, I was 1,000% clear. Do you guys know what this guy did? He deleted our chat. Like, Telegram sent me a notification that the chat had cleared, but I took screenshots. And then after I sent him that voice note, I waited a few weeks and then I sent an email to his sister letting her know, this is what your brother did to me and this is what he is doing. He is passing around this video of this woman doing this thing to him from 5 years ago. And I didn't tell his sister because I was trying to drag her into it. No, because I wanted her to know exactly who her family member is. I'm like, forget what he was saying to me. The fact that he has this video and he's passing it around, you have a very problematic family member. And I know a lot about problematic family members. I have a degenerate male family member who does shit like that. And I have never brought him intentionally around any of my female friends. I have never introduced him to a girl for him to date. Anytime girls will comment on that degenerate boy and be like, oh, he's cute, I literally used to be like, look away, stay away, without going into details, because I'm like, it's not gonna be me that will introduce this degenerate to a woman and is gonna do some fuck shit to her and they'll be like, oh, she knew. And that's exactly why I told the sister, like, you've brought this boy around your female friends. And that's how I avoided a setup. And that's how I now knew that him and a few of the guys in a circle, this is what they do. So if you've ever sent a spicy video or photo, or you've allowed your ex or a guy you are dealing with to record you and he's a Nigerian boy, send him an email, send him a text, and let it be known clearly. You must delete that video or that photo if you still have it. Because if you ever get a whiff that it's gone around, you can actually file a police report and you can use that email. In fact, I recommend an email as evidence. Trust me, emails are viable in court. Trust me.